Hello, I'm Rihanna. This is Rose of Light, taking a little break out in nature. I think there's been quite a bit of energy that we're all trying to transmute and work through. And a lot of us have already gone through our dark night, and all of the big karmic lessons have been complete. But now we're in that what's next? What's my purpose? What should I be doing? You see a lot of darkness out there. Uh, there is a shift, and I think many of us are being called to service now. We're being called to service because a lot of people are going to need our help. So I find that my energy has been a bit chaotic because I haven't been able to really just focus on what it is that I should be doing. I have a lot of ideas and it's scattered. So I thought I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go out into nature, and while I'm here, I thought I'd pull a few cards. And first, we're gonna check in with the angels. So if you are interested, please like, share, subscribe. It helps me pull on your energy. It means a lot to help me grow my channel. I have my own website where there's different services that I provide. So please feel free to check that out. I would love to hear from you. Okay, so let's see, angels. What is it that the collective needs to know right now as we're shifting into this kind of stormy period? A lot of crazy storms and planetary alignments. All right, angels, what is it that we need to know? So we have Mary, Queen of Angels. Do not be afraid. You were born for this. Trust in your voice, trust in your ability to articulate your thoughts, trust in your capacity to use and share your gifts. If you're feeling scared or unsure about the next step, this is just showing how much you care about making a difference. Stand in the light of your soul. It is the only shield you need. And your activation is I trust in myself, my voice, and my gifts. I am unafraid. And I think that is a very strong message that we need to hear. We are the ones that are going to be helping. Got to pause there. Some people walking by, as you do on a beautiful beach on the West Coast. So what I was saying is really, we are being called to service, and I think so many of us are facing our own fears because of imposter syndrome. Well, why would anyone want to listen to me? What do I know? You know, because you're a sky being. You see from a higher perspective. You are being guided to take a higher perspective. Do not allow yourself to be limited by what you do not see or understand. Do not allow your current experience to disrupt you from being the force of light you were born to be. Be open to seeing things differently and with consideration. For by being willing to shift your perspective, you allow angels to bring divine order to your life and the activation. Thank you, sky beings, for helping me see this differently. So that's really what it is. You're being called to trust yourself, even if you don't really know why you're being called to, what you're supposed to be doing. Just go for it. Go for it because you need to. You need to be strong and be confident in your own experiences. You did a lot of this on your own, right? You did most of this healing and these big, dark, karmic lessons on your own because the resources weren't out there. But now we're being called to be online, I guess. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to have your own platform or your own YouTube. It's really about being the light in your community, within your own friends, your family. People are going to need you. People are going to need you, and you need to be strong. And if you feel like you're not strong enough to do it, maybe you aren't yet, but you will be. People are going to come to you. They're going to want your advice. They're going to need your help. And whatever that is, I'm hearing a lot of ancient wisdom, you have it in you. You have that ancient wisdom. Are a very old soul. You've come from different planets. You are a sky being, a star seed, whatever you resonate with as a label, doesn't matter. But you have this inner knowing and this inner knowledge, and you might not be able to explain it or understand where it came from, but you know. And your gifts are going to get stronger. The more confident you get, you're going to tap in, and here you are being called to serve. So it's time to prepare because we're needed. A lot of us have been surrendering and releasing the past, violet flame. You have faced darkness head on, and now you are moving into a state of love. All the previous traumas, dramas, and limitations are being cleared for your energy, from your energy. Stay focused on knowing that you wouldn't be who you are today if you hadn't surmounted the challenges you have experienced. In order to heal fully, let your love reach where it has never reached before. And your activation here is I am purified by the violet flame. And it's time for us to heal our heart. The Miriam, healing the heart. This is a sacred time of healing. In order for you to feel whole once more, it's essential for you to reclaim all the lost parts of yourself. Call back all the aspects of yourself, all the gifts and talents that you have been forced to hide or repress. By unleashing these tender aspects of your deeper self, you allow your heart to rebuild and strengthen. Your activation, I reclaim myself and my story. I am ready for wholeness. And that's exactly it. That's exactly it. There are some serious karmic lessons that you had to learn that were tied to past, past lives, of being afraid of your voice, of coming forward, afraid of persecution, of being killed, imprisoned, especially the divine feminines. I mean, masculines are going through their own darkness, their own stuff that they're really trying to work through. But for us feminines, if you resonate as feminine, gender is not a part of this. It's just the energy. We have both. But so many of us are having to really heal some of those deep things like the narcissistic template. And you look back at your childhood and some of the relationships you've been in and your jobs and just people, those people that have tried to break your spirit, but you wouldn't allow it. So I feel like so many of us have done it, and now we're being called to be strong enough and prepare ourselves to help, because as we know, if you watch the news, I try not to, but I'm no fool. I know what's going on out there. I see what I need to see and kind of limit it. But I can see even with my own friends and family, there's a lot of dark that's happening. Um, Even in my work, it's just there's a lot going on for people, and they're going to start breaking. They're going to start breaking. Things are going to start falling apart for them because more and more people are going to start having their spiritual awakening. And you know what that feels like. And you can feel for them and sympathize and wish we could take that away, but we had to do it ourselves. We've already done it. We've already done it. We know how awful it feels. So now it's time that we are the voice to support these people and help them. Not everyone's going to come with us. And that's unfortunate, but sometimes there's a few more lives before they can get there. We all come with our own free will, and all you can do is love them and love them from afar if that's what it means. But it's time. It's time for us to really weed our thoughts, clear the mind, and allow spirit to come through. And that's why I came here today. I needed just to clear my mind. I've been spending too much time focused on other things that I need for my own like responsibilities, right? Like I have a full-time job that's a lot, and I'm a single parent, and there's all these different things that we have to do day to day just to survive, because the economy and all the things is very expensive where I live. Very expensive. So gotta hustle. But this is what I want to do. This is where my heart is, and I am facing my own fears, and I'm not allowing the darkness that's out there to stand in my way, because I know that I'm blessed. I know that I'm blessed. I know that I'm blessed, and so are you. I'm hearing you are the divine light, and you are meant to stand in that light so other people can find you. And don't worry if it starts small. Maybe only one person watches your video or whatever it is that you're doing. That doesn't matter, because when the time is right, people will find you. So take your time, baby steps, but there's some divine wisdom in you. And it might not just be, maybe it's through your voice, maybe it's through what you write, maybe it's just bringing back old languages of your ancestors and different things that were lost. This is for where I am in Canada, this is Thanksgiving weekend. So it's really a lot of culture was lost. The indigenous people, when the European settlers came here, and they took away, they stole from them. And I'm very thankful that I get to be here on this land, living here, living this life in this beautiful, beautiful part of the world. I'm so thankful for that. But it came at a cost for the people that lived here, and it's still, the effects are still very much real. But this came up in the pre-shuffle too. TikTok. It's time. It's divine time. You've been observing for a long time, and now it's time for you to bring back parts of your lost soul, or parts of you that you had to sacrifice while you're being flexible, perhaps living for somebody else, or being really flexible in your trying to understand people really, and how you fit into all of that, but also having a deep knowing that there's more. You see the owl and the moon and the stars, like you came here with this deep knowing, this knowledge of another place, another time, and it's time to rebuild community. We have by the book, and that is like, buy your own book. I think it's important that we not just go by the book of what society, of what people want us to do, or the expectations. I think it is really about going outside of that book, creating your own book. You have your story, the treasure is inside of you. And you're trying to find peace because you realize that all that glitters isn't gold. And people are starting to see that, and it's really the breaking down of society, of the matrix, of the the stories that we have been told, so that we can come back to peace. Because unless there's just no place like home, and many of us are in that fork in the road. But it's time for a change. Time for a change. Time to bring back justice and balance and fairness, so that we can regenerate and go the distance with strength and power for purpose because your truth needs to be told. And I think there is going to be, and I don't want to make this negative, I think there is going to be a lot of people around you that are going to be suffering. And you might be not suffering because you heard the message a while ago and now you're headed to a new life and you're going to remain poised while there's the chaos and conflict around you. Why? Because society needs to clean up. We need to clean up the mess that has been going on, and there is an unfinished symphony. And I think so many of us are tapping into our higher power here and now so that we can co-create. And a lot of that is soulmate, soulmate time, soulmate time. Our soulmates, while we're here clean, ready, clean and ready. No, clean and ready. They're cleaning up as well. They're cleaning up their karmic debts, and they're unhappy and they're stuck in these situations that they don't want to be in. They feel like they've been orphaned and they're exhausted because they've been in this karmic cycle round and round and round and round, and they want to come back and rebuild with their soulmate, their other half, their divine counterpart. And all this thinking when all they really need to do is just, come forward because we'll help them and everything will be happy. But I think, well, serendipity, it's faded. It's faded. We're coming to the edge here. We're going to mend and just mend. But I think we can't focus on our soulmates. I think there is a lot of cleaning up to do on their end, and I think all we can do is really love them from afar and know that, understand and be patient because we have done a lot of our healing and most of our healing and we're ready. We need to just continue on our own path, stay in our own lane, and just anticipate, I suppose. And who you think is coming might not be the one, right? I think it's really about being open. And so many people talk about the twin flame journey, and I also identify as being on that journey, but it's not about being whole on your own or without, like, it just, there's different reasons why we came together, different lessons that we had to learn. And is the person that you identify as your twin flame going to be your forever? Maybe, maybe not. Just be open to it. I think the right person's going to come when it's the right time. And so many of us are staying clean, I suppose. But we're also having fun and we're getting out there and we're meeting new people and new experiences, and sometimes those new experiences make you feel like, oh, maybe there's something else, someone else. We shall see. So it's a bit of a rambler. It's a bit of a rambler, but I guess I'm kind of, this is therapy for me as well. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. We've had some gorgeous sunsets here uh, on my part of the world. I know it's not. It's been pretty horrific in other parts with the storms, but I hope, I'm just sending lots of love to you, and I hope you're all safe and doing well. I'm just going to pull one more card to close this up and see kind of where we're at. Closing up, closing up that cycle. We've been doing it. We've been working through it. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. It is. It is. We're on a new timeline now. We're on a new timeline. We've walked away from the stuff that the karmic stuff, the stuff that wasn't serving us anymore, and we've had to let people go because of it, and that's okay. Maybe they'll find us healed. Maybe that was the end of the story, the end of the chapter. But I just wanted to thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. Be safe. Carry on being the love that you are. The world needs you. Stay grounded. Stay loyal to your own heart, and you know that you are here to help, and you will. And if you're not quite sure, just take baby steps and tune into source, and you'll find the way. You'll find the way. All right. Take care, everyone.